You're watching Sports Today. I'm Sushant Mehta. What a fascinating day of cricket it was for India as they staged another fight back against Australia on day 3 of the Brisbane Test. The heroes of the day were first Shardul Thakur, who, remember, had batted for just 12 deliveries in the solitary test that he had played more than 2 years ago. That was the only test he played, and that too hardly. And then there was debutant Washington Sundar. Just classy, elegant stroke play from both of these youngsters. I'm joined by the greatest of all time, live and exclusive from Brisbane. It's Sunny Bhai Sunil Gavaskar and our consulting editor Boria Majumdar. From 186 for 6 when India were reeling at one stage, Shardul Thakur and Washington Sundar added another 123 runs for the 7th wicket as India finished at 336. But still, the Australian lead is now 54 runs with 2 days still left in the game.
And finds the gap.
For the majority of the first hour, luck was on India's side as Ajinkya Rahane and Cheteshwar Pujara survived some close calls.
Sometimes it's just your day. Another day this has gone straight to gully or third slip.
An hour later, Josh Hazlewood provided the much-needed breakthrough, dismissing Cheteshwar Pujara.
Hazlewood has been there all along. Brilliant!
Mitchell Starc then dismissed Rahane as India lost their 4th wicket for 144 runs. Mayank Agarwal and Rishabh Pant took India to lunch, but both were dismissed in quick succession. India were in a spot of bother at 186 for 6. That is when Shardul Thakur joined Washington Sundar and the duo staged a remarkable fight back.
Takes it on and takes it on well. Big wind up from Thakur. Clears the lot.
Thakur was the first to reach his half-century and Sundar followed suit, making it a memorable debut for himself.
Down the ground, charges through. A 50-on debut for Washington Sundar.
The duo put together a century stand as India crossed the 300-run mark. Pat Cummins ended the partnership, dismissing Thakur for 67.
Finally the breakthrough for Australia. It's been a fantastic innings from Shardul Thakur.
Starc then ended Sundar's resistance, but by then, India had 328 runs on the board.
He's got a good pair of hands out there.
Hazlewood finished with a fifer as Indian innings finished 33 short of Australia's first innings total. David Warner started aggressively in the second innings, hitting 3 back-to-back boundaries of Mohammad Siraj. Australia finished day 3 on 21 without loss, 54 ahead of India. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Cutting, pulling, we're seeing the full range of David Warner.
Sunny Bhai, what an amazing day of cricket yet again. I have to say, not only did Sundar and Thakur salvage the situation, but they totally dominated Australia. I mean, from 186 for 6 to 336. Incredible to see how two youngsters with an experience of barely one test between them made the Australians toil so hard and pulled India out of the grave.
That is right. It's been something that we have seen for a long time, where you've had somebody like a number 7, 8, 9 come in and do the work when numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 haven't really made the major contribution. So it was good to see two newcomers, one a debutant and one playing in his second test match, having this partnership and doing so well and making sure that India stayed in the match, because if one of them had got out early and if Australia had taken the lead of, say, about 150 or thereabouts, then it really would have been very, very tough for the Indians to recover.
Right, and Sunny Bhai, not only did they help India make this recovery, but they might have, I'm being a little ambitious here, they might have given us a possible chance to even win this test match.
Look, if India can, India's bowlers bowl well and take the catches and restrict Australia to about 200, then to try and get about 250 on the last day, India can actually look for a win. The most important thing at this particular point of time is to try and get rid of David Warner early. He looked in ominous form. He hasn't scored runs in the first 3 innings that he's played so far. So getting him out will be a crucial aspect because he's capable of scoring quickly. And if he scores quickly, then Australia gets lots of runs, and then Australia will be in a position to declare early and give their bowlers more time to try and get India out on the 50. So it's important to get David Warner out very, very quickly tomorrow.
Boria, elegant stroke play, as I said, from Washington Sundar. He was just fantastic, magical to watch. And then Shardul Thakur totally clobbered the Aussies. But now, how do you see the game tomorrow, the fourth day? Very, very crucial first session.
Absolutely, but before I say that, every day India does well, there is a zing in your voice and in your anchoring, and I love it. The day India is down, Sushant is like, what a day. Australia has all the advantage, and today, look at your voice.
My mood actually depends on India's performance on most days.
I know. I can understand that. Yeah. I can absolutely understand that, and that's totally acceptable because you're speaking the voice of 1.3 billion people. Yeah. By the way, you asked me what happens tomorrow, day after. Let me say this. Australians are assuming that there'll be about 30-35 overs less between the 2 days because of rain. So that's how they are going with their planning. So must be that they will 50-60 overs, get to about a 300-310 lead, and then give India about 90-100 overs. Because they also know that if they don't give India a chaseable total and India downs the shutters ASAP, then it will be a problem because this is a slow pitch now. And the Australians are, they know that the pitch has slowed down. Their only chance, cracks opening up and the uneven bounce. So they will have to give India a tantalizing total that India might think, okay, let's chase it down 2-1 and their chance to close the game out. So incredible 2 days left, epic series, leading to an epic finale, but I'm backing India to get stuff out because they've shown time and again. And with Washi Sundar and Shardul Thakur, you've seen what this team can do.
No doubt about it. They've fought like tigers and they are in a winning position. I mean, anything can happen from here on, despite the weather which might play spoil sports. Stay on with me, gentlemen.
Can I quickly tell you something?
Yes.
By the way, Navdeep Saini will bowl if India needs him to bowl. So the injury wasn't that bad, so he might bowl. Let's put it this for our viewers.
Great. That's great news for India. Stay on with me, gentlemen. How often have we seen India stage a fight back every time they find themselves in a hole, in trouble on this tour of Australia? On day 3 of the Brisbane Test, it was Shardul Thakur and Washington Sundar who rose to the occasion with a partnership that not only engineered India's recovery, but who knows, may have even given the team a chance of a possible victory.
The ship once again seemed to be sinking.
Flashed at one. Finally gets it a lot closer to the batsman, Ajinkya Rahane.
But with this Indian team, expect the unexpected.
Super shot down the ground.
Just when the Aussies thought they had India by the scruff of their neck, Shardul Thakur and Washington Sundar staged a rearguard action. The duo, Sundar on debut and Thakur with an experience of just one test match in which he bowled just 10 deliveries, gave Aussies a taste of their own medicine.
Lovely looking shot, what a way to start. Beautiful timing.
The two didn't let Aussies dictate terms, and in fact, it was the other way round.
First boundary in Test match cricket, a shot of real authority.
With India struggling with a spate of injuries, both Thakur and Sundar were not the first choice inclusions in the team. In fact, they may not have been the second choice too.
Shots of the day to finish the over.
Thakur scored his maiden Test half-century and added a record 123-run stand with Sundar.
What an innings, what a partnership.
Meanwhile, Sundar looked all composed like a seasoned pro, batted with caution, and when needed, wasn't afraid to stretch himself. A half-century on debut to go with 3 wickets in the first innings, and Sundar justified his inclusion ahead of Kuldeep Yadav, who not too long ago was declared by head coach Ravi Shastri as the first choice spinner overseas.
Test wicket, and what a test wicket it is! Up and over.
The defiance shown by Thakur and Sundar mirrors the resilience that has been on display by this Team India ever since they looked down and out post that 36 all-out in Adelaide. Sports Bureau, India today.
They're going to just check that. I thought it had carried all the way.
Dhoni just loved that no-look six from Washington Sundar. And there were sixes from Shardul Thakur as well. Sunny bhai, India seems invincible at the moment. I mean, this team refuses to give up despite so many injuries. Every time the chips are down, someone or the other raises his hand up and just makes things happen.
Look, India has been very fortunate to have so many players, in the wings, wanting to play for India, dying to play for India, and they have the hunger to play for India, and which is such a good sign. And they're waiting for this opportunity. Washington Sundar came in for the T20, then stayed on as a net bowler. So also Shardul Thakur came on and for the T20, then stayed as a net bowler. And once the injuries happened, they got this opportunity. I mean, anybody wearing the India Test cap, it's a proud moment, and they realize that maybe after this they might not get a chance soon. They might have to wait a bit to play another Test match, because once the big boys are back, they may not be able to play again. But they realize that this is a chance for them to show that if that second Test opportunity is to come for them, they will be ready for it.
Yeah, stay with me, Sunny bhai. Now,
Look,
Shardul Thakur, one of the two heroes for India, spoke later in the day on his knock and his remarkable partnership with Washington Sundar. Listen in.
Both of us have that temperament to, succeed at this level. And honestly, we weren't looking at the scoreboard. Like I said before, that the idea was to spend some time in there, and we knew that their bowlers were tiring out a bit. So it was matter of 1 hour. If we hung in there for 1 more hour, then probably, we would be on the top as a batsman, because bowlers are already tiring out. So it was really important for us to hang in there, score off all the loose deliveries, and both of us, we were communicating really well with each other. If someone losing his focus or trying a rash shot, we would immediately communicate with each other that let's get back to normal and just do our basics in there. They were trying to have a conversation with me, but I wasn't answering them. Once or twice I just answered them in one word, but they were sort of normal questions. Even if they tried to sledge me, I did not hear it and just ignored it and kept on playing. मेरे में थोड़ा टैलेंट है बैटिंग का, और नेट्स में बॉलिंग ही नहीं, लेकिन जब भी हमारे थ्रो डाउन स्पेशलिस्ट जो है टीम के साथ वो अवेलेबल रहते हैं, बॉलर्स अवेलेबल रहते हैं, तो बैटिंग का भी प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ. और यही मोमेंट्स रहता है जिसके लिए हम हमेशा रुकते हैं कि कब अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलता है और टीम के लिए हम कंट्रीब्यूट कर सके. तो जब भी ये मैच में भी मौका आया, तो दिमाग में और दिल में यही ख्याल था कि जाके वहां पे बैटिंग करना है. जितना देर अंदर मैं रुकूंगा पिच पे, उतना फायदा होगा टीम के लिए, उतने रन्स ऐड होंगे और उतना लीड कम होते जाएगा.
Well, played an exceptional innings and speaking like he's just had a walk in the park. Well, Sunny bhai, more often than not, India finds it difficult to dismiss the tail-enders, to wrap the tail up of other teams. But it was the other way around today. Not only did Sundar and Shardul Thakur frustrate the Aussies, but also handed India the momentum going into the second innings.
Yes, I think it was good to see the shoe on the other foot for a change. And it actually tells you that a lot of Indian bowlers have started realizing that since they do not get wickets easy, that they're also not going to give their wickets away easy. Shardul Thakur, we know from Mumbai that he can bat a bit. He's got 6 half-centuries in first-class cricket. Washington Sundar has opened the batting in the Tamil Nadu Premier League. So we know that he's more than a capable bat. So in a way, it was not a surprise. But because they were inexperienced, there was just a little bit of a apprehension whether they'll be able to cope with the hostility of the Australian pace attack. But they did absolutely brilliantly. And it was such a stirring sight to see the way they were prepared to take a few blows on their gloves and all that, but still stand up there and fight. That was such a wonderful, wonderful sight.
Right. Boria, from 36 all out, remember, I mean, India was literally humiliated in the first test. It was historic. We've never been dismissed for such a low total in the history of test cricket and Indian cricket. And then to bounce back in this series, lots of talk about what changed. How do you assess what has happened? Because everybody rose to the occasion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this proves three things. One, Adelaide was an aberration. Melbourne and Sydney are the norm. And you are seeing that again repeated in Brisbane. So just hope they come back unscathed, because then this will probably go down as one of the best, if not the best, overseas series in the history of Indian cricket. Number two, is this the toughest Indian team ever? Better teams, maybe you can say this team only if it, everyone comes back, is the better side, or that Sachin Saurav, Rahul Lakshman batting order with Sehwag was better. But toughness, this team has shown incredible. And you know what? Everybody, a lot of people give Ravi Shastri a lot of flack. He gets memes and trolled and favorite whipping boy. But 4 decisions: Rishabh Pant promotion, Ravindra Jadeja, Washington Sundar, it's his call. So time to give the devil his due. The management has also stood up, and to motivate the team after Virat left, hats off to Ajinkya and Ravi.
Oh, Rahane has been outstanding. Sunny Bhai, before the series started, I remember you predicted a 2-1 series win in India's favour. I know the weather forecast isn't too good in Australia. It might be a draw, most probably. But would you still stick to your prediction of a 2-1 victory for India?
I'm still hoping that India's bowlers do the magic tomorrow and dismiss Australia for not too many, which give our batsmen the opportunity to score the runs in the 4th innings and win the game and give India a 2-1 win. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm, I'm not saying I'm very confident, but I'm hoping that that's what the Indian bowlers will do. We have seen how the match has been turning this way and that way. And if the match turns India's bowlers' way tomorrow, we could be in for a famous win on the last day.
Right, Boria, I know I'm being a little greedy, maybe a little too emotional, but a win, is it possible in India's favour? I know most probably it's going to be a draw, specifically because of the rain forecast.
2 things can make the win possible. One, all the onus is now on Australia. India doesn't need to push. Australia has to. A draw is as good as a loss for Australia on home soil at the Gabba in Brisbane against a side that is missing 8 of their top players. So what will they feel about themselves? So
plus we retain the trophy
and make it happen.
In the case of a draw.
In trying to make it happen, Sushant, they can lose the plot. And that's your chance of making Australia pay. So keep what you are doing. Keep it tight. Put them under pressure. Fingers crossed. Draw. Most likely win, slim chance, but as you've seen with this team, miracles happen.
You know, Boria, just before I go to Sunny Bhai, your friend David Warner, he came out in electrifying fashion. So he is scaring me a little bit tomorrow. We have to get rid of him early.
Yes, and I'll still tell you, he's not 100%. And he still can't run 100%. So the Indians should choke David because he can't run proper. So Natarajan with the outswing, Washington Sundar with the off spin, get David Warner early, because they know that David Warner is the crucial cog who can get them to 50 overs. If he gets out, India will have it under control. So absolutely right with David Warner.
Yes, because he can dominate. Sunny Bhai, white ball cricket seems to have helped the approach of these youngsters who are fearless. They are ready to go for runs in Test cricket too.
See, I think it's the experience of playing matches. At the end of the day, the format means that you have to make a couple of changes, and the biggest change is in your mental application and attitude and approach towards the different formats of the game. So you're going to make the adjustment to your game. If you're a batsman, you're going to make adjustment to your bat speed. You're going to make adjustment to the fact that you might have to, be prepared for less swing and movement when you're playing white ball, but more swing and more movement and more bounce when you're playing the red ball game. And as a bowler as well, I think you make a difference in your mental attitude from trying to save run with white ball to trying to take wickets with the red ball. So as soon as you make that mental adjustment, and that is the key, once you make the mental adjustment, otherwise the cricket is still pretty much the same. And that's what playing more matches does to you. Don't forget also the BCCI sending a lot of these A teams, the Washington Sundars, the Shardul Thakurs, the Mohammad Sirajes, they've all been part of these A tours, and therefore playing A tours in different conditions, playing the under-19 tournaments, that has helped enormously. That is one of the reasons why today's players are a lot ready to play international cricket.
Right, Boria. Now, we have an inexperienced bowling lineup. We all know that. Hardly any experience for any of the bowlers, but all of them almost picked up 3 wickets. Exceptionally good bowling by all of them. Who are we banking on tomorrow? Is it going to be Washington Sundar, Siraj, Navdeep Saini could bowl, come in and bowl, as you said?
All of them. All of them. They know one thing. No guts, no glory. No stress, no story. Each of them are stories. They've stood up right through the series since Adelaide. The whole team has stood up. Virat Kohli from here is standing up for them. You are seeing that. Ajinkya Rahane there. Rohit Sharma, post-quarantine, 3 innings, 3 starts. Almost playing the new ball every time. 20 overs, blunted the new ball. Australians didn't get him out, he got out. But he blunted the new ball. Show his class. Everyone's contributed. And with Ajinkya and Rohit, you know one thing. It'll be the Khadus Mumbai form of cricket. Though Mumbai lost to Pondicherry today, that's different. But you will not make it easy for Australia.
The bowling, Boria, I want you to speak about the bowling. What should India's plan be tomorrow? Because as I said, David Warner, we need to get rid of him early. He can score at will.
In and out fields. Don't give David Warner easy runs. In and out fields, choke him because he can't run. I'm telling you, he will not be able to run many 2s or many 3s. He still has a sore groin and that muscle problem. So you give him in and out fields and make him run rather than give him boundaries. And he has to make a mistake. Your thing is get David Warner out in the first 30 minutes or an hour and choke. Bowl negative lines, no problem, because Australia has to sort of take the momentum, put the onus back on India. Don't let them do that. Get Washington Sundar, and by the way, he's a tight bowler, so get him on, from one side, choke the runs. You will see things will start happening.
Choke the runs, build pressure, get them out. Sunny Bhai, final question to you. Despite all the injuries, Virat Kohli, we missed him. The racism angle, so much noise, so much pressure on Team India. The planning and the execution that this team has done seems to be out of the world, isn't it? The planning and the execution.
Well, yeah, obviously, I think, the confidence with which these players have played is a sign of the fact that, what the IPL can do. Because in the IPL, the players are young players, play with a lot of experienced international stars, and they learn so much from them. The awe that earlier on they might have been when you saw an international star is no longer there, and therefore they're quite prepared to play in any sort of conditions, and that's what we see. And yes, I think full credit has to be given to the support staff and to Ajinkya Rahane for the way they have rallied the team around after that 36 all out. That really is something which is amazing, absolutely amazing how they've been able to rally the team around after that rout.
Yes, well, I want to thank both my guests, the legend Sunil Gavaskar and the final word in cricket, Boria Majumdar. We will see you tomorrow. That's a wrap on this show. But tomorrow, with India continuing to fight down under, we hope for another miracle for India tomorrow. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.